What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today against Rayloy. I believe that's how you say that. Again, I apologize if I am butchering your name completely, but I'm sure I do it a lot. So you guys are probably used to it by now. Anyway, Rayloy, before we get started here, please leave your Twitter link in the description below because I did not write it down when we were battling a couple of weeks ago or whenever it was. So I want to make sure I get you in the description, so please do that for me so I can put you in there as soon as possible. I would really appreciate it. Now, before we get into the teams today, just want to remind you guys that as long as this video reaches that magical number of 50 likes, we're going to continue those double daily Wi-Fi battle uploads for you and all that fun stuff. Also, before we get into the teams, just a quick shout out to everybody that has been liking the videos and helping us reach those like goals. You guys are amazing. The support has been amazing. And again, I know I say it all the time. It feels like I say it like every video or every other video. But whatever, you guys are amazing. And I could not really be too much more appreciative of, you know, all the support that you guys give me. It's just absolutely incredible. Blows me away. And really keeps me motivated to keep bringing you as much content as I possibly can. So again, once again, thank you. Now, getting into the teams today, you've seen most of the Pokemon on my side before. Nothing really has changed. I'm going to be bringing some new Pokemon coming up over the next couple of days, but for now we've got the Electabuzz. It is Eviolite this time, back to the Eviolite set, not Choice Scarf. We've got the Crobat, you've seen that like 5 or 6 times already. Scarf Typhlosion, just a bulky, you know, you know, no, Stealth Rocks, Cradily. I could not think of the word Stealth Rocks. I don't know why I'm having brain farts, I'm having voice issues, I'm having all kinds of issues, you have to forgive me. We're bringing the Scrafty, which is just a like standard Dragon Dance Lumberry set, and then a Swords Dance Beartic, because why not? Our opponent is bringing Bisharp, which is nothing to really scoff at. It's just incredibly, incredibly dangerous. It's got Sucker Punch, it's got Swords Dance, it's got all that stuff. Ludicolo, which is really cool to see. Noivern, Infernape, Glalie, or Glalie, however you want to say it. Just absolutely amazing that he's bringing that, because I haven't seen one of those competitively since probably 4th gen. And the Toxicroak, so, you know, that's probably dry skin, you know, I don't know, something like that. Maybe it's bulk up with substitute or something like that. Who knows? They do all kinds of different things. I didn't see any weather on his team, so it just remains to be seen what kind of Toxicroak that's going to be. But anyway, I'm going to start with my Electabuzz because I noticed nothing on his team really would appreciate, you know, Volt Switch or anything like that. So, out comes the Slice and Dice Bisharp to start things off. I have the Focus Blast, so I'm not afraid of this thing. Do not want it to get up a free sub either. That would be a huge problem. Then he can set up Swords Dances all day, and that would just ruin my life. So I'm going straight for the Focus Blast as he switches into She's a Lady, which is his Toxicroak. And he takes that very nicely. He's going to hit me up with a Sucker Punch here, which does a decent chunk. And I'm going to go for the Volt Switch and try to get some Switch initiative here. But at this point, you know, the Toxicroak really doesn't have that much health left. It's not that bulky, so I can pretty much finish it off with anything that I want. So what I'm going to do here is bring out Crobat, and I know I can take a Sucker Punch okay, which is what he's going to go for here. He didn't feel like he needed to conserve that for anything, and at that health, I don't really blame him. It's not like he has Wish Passers or anything on his team that can give it a boost in health. Doesn't really have any recovery, didn't see any Black Sludge, so a Brave Bird is just going to take that Toxicroak out. We get a little bit of recovery with our Black Sludge, and Slice and Dice, the Bisharp, is going to come back out here, and this is a problem. This is a big problem. I'm going to switch out. I guess I could go for the U-turn, but I did not want to take a Sucker Punch, so I'm going to switch out. Hopefully he doesn't go for a sub, and he actually goes for the Psycho Cut, so that is great for me. I believe he told me after the match that it was actually banded. I'm not positive if that was this battle, but I think it was. So, I mean, I was obviously fearing the sub and the Swords Dance, but he did not have it. So that is that. Banded, whatchamacallit, Bisharp is actually not a bad set, and it's definitely unexpected, as you can see, because I'm just playing around it kind of funky-like, but yeah, it can work out in the right situation, I suppose. Anyway, we're going to do some switching around here. He ends up getting a crit as I bring in my Crobat, and he goes for the Mach Punch and all that stuff with his Infernape. But this is a bad matchup for him, and he's going to lead the Infernape in here on this Crobat, which is going to outspeed and hit him with a Brave Bird, and that is a dead Infernape. So that is another threat out of the way, and I just realized that he had multiple fighting types. So Crobat actually does a number on his team. It's also going to be super effective on that Ludicolo as well. So he has a pretty steep flying weakness, and really the only answer he has is to bring out this whatchamacallit, slice and dice. I'm going to go for the Roost here. I really predicted another Sucker Punch, but he's just, I think, goes for the Psycho Cut. No, he goes for the Night Slash, predicting me to switch out. And that does so much damage because it is a crit, and Night Slash does have that high chance of getting a critical hit, so I can't be too upset. I'm indeed going to go for another Roost here. Again, I predicted a Sucker Punch to finish me off. But like I said, at this point, I did not know that he was banded. And I don't really see banded Bisharp too often, so it was hard for me to tell if that was banded damage or not. I guess I should have been able to figure that out just because of the fact that it was doing so much damage. But it was hard to tell with the crit and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to U-turn out here, figuring that he's not going to go for the Sucker Punch. Maybe he doesn't have it. I haven't seen it yet. So we're going to go into Scrafty, and he's going to go for the Night Slash. That is going to be not very effective, and even if he gets a crit, I'm not really too worried about it. It only does exactly 20 damage, so even with a crit, it would only do 30, so that's not that bad at all. Not that bad at all. Out comes Speedy Fang, which is his Noivern, and I'm going to set up a Dragon Dance on the Switch here. I'm really not afraid of this thing whatsoever. I do have the Ice Punch. He cannot one-hit KO me with a Draco Meteor, so that's what I'm going to go for, and I actually outspeed this thing, which I was kind of surprised at, so it may not have speed investment. Not entirely positive on the speed tier. I think Noivern has maybe 122 speed, 123, something like in that range. Anyway, in comes, I don't even want to try to say that nickname, Mexapluck. I guess I am going to try to say it. But the Ludicolo comes in and just dies, straight up dies to that knockoff. Knocks off the Rose Incense. That's a little bit of a strange item to be carrying, but whatever. I don't judge whatsoever. He has a cool team, so I can't be upset. He does not go for the Sucker Punch here as he brings in the B-Sharp, Bisharp, however you want to say it. I think I've said it different every single time that he's come out. But the Drain Punch is going to finish off his Bisharp, and I believe he has one more Pokemon left at this point. Yeah, he does. I am going to get the Moxie boost, so he is in trouble. I'm at +2 attack, or +3 attack now. +3, I think, because I killed 2 Pokemon. And it's going to be the Glalie, and that is going to go down in one hit to a Drain Punch. That's super effective, and man, Glalie is huge. That sprite is massive. I have to try using one. Its stats are pretty bad. It's like base 80 across the board. Something like that. 80, 82. Something very, very average, which is pretty much right around where Fione's stats are, which is another thing I'd like to talk about. It's not related at all, but I don't understand why Fiona is banned on BattleSpot. That's just absolutely ridiculous. I know it's not related to this at all, but the stats thing brought me to it. I mean, base 80 across the board, and it's banned in VGC play. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, that was my venting for the day. And that was definitely a good match, Rayloy. I don't know what the score was. It does not matter. I know 3 of my Pokemon did not even get into the battle. But that is not important. The cool thing is that we got to see some pretty interesting Pokemon. I really wish that I would have seen the Ludicolo and Glalie do a little bit more work, because it's such a a rare sight to see them in battle. But we'll have to have a match again sometime, and maybe we can get some more exciting Pokemon into the match. And yeah, don't forget to let me know what your Twitter link is and all that stuff in the description, Rayloy, so that I can put you in there, because that is important. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, because it does help out a lot. And I will see you guys for the next battle. But until then, game on!